When you hear that Buster H.R. Oh, man, it's about to go down. You feel the tension in the air. Wrestling fans all over the world, get ready for this right here. They're gonna have a field day with this one. You're about to witness Buster Unmasked! Oh, Lord! Oh, Lord! There's no telling what Buster's gonna say today. We just getting started. Just getting started! Welcome to Buster Unmasked! Hosted by Buster H.R. Johnson. This is a Buster H.R. exclusive. We are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. We are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. You are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. We are now tuned in to Buster Unmasked. Welcome to Buster Unmasked! Welcome to Buster Unmasked! Buster Unmasked!
All right, y'all, we're here. We're live. You're watching Buster Unmasked, and we got a great guest for you here tonight. We got an awesome show coming up. Before we get there, y'all all know April 12th, Trenton, Tennessee at the TIWF Sportsplex, KAW returns.
Buckle up and hold on tight. What was old will be new again. What was established in 1998 will be re-established in 2026. No substitutes, no cheap imitations. The most feared 3 letters in professional wrestling. KAW, Kick-Ass Wrestling, returns to claim the crown. Let the chaos begin. Outlaws never die.
All right, any of you old KAW fans, you do not want to miss Sunday, April 12th. Bell time is 2:30 p.m. Doors will open at 1:30. All tickets are $10, so it's first come, first served seating. You do not want to miss it. It is going to be violent and chaotic, just like you remember Kick-Ass Wrestling. All right, guys, man, let me say this about my guest tonight. He popped on my radar probably about a year or so ago. I want to say the first place I seen him was either MCW or 100 Wrestling. I had no idea who this guy was. First time I'd ever seen him in my life. I did not know that this was his second go around in the wrestling business. And I can tell you this, he is making a name for himself around the Memphis Mid-South area. You can catch him at 100 Wrestling. You can catch him at MCW. And you can catch him at 901 Wrestling. And he is one big badass dude. And here's your current 100 Wrestling heavyweight champion. I bring to you CT Jordan. CT.
What's it do, Buster? What it do?
Man, I see you got that gold on your shoulder. I can see 100 in the background, man.
And it's not going nowhere, Buster. Nowhere.
So let's talk about that for a minute, man. Let's talk about winning that 100 Wrestling Heavyweight Championship before we really get into the meat of this interview. Take me back to that night, dude, and tell me about it.
Well, first of all, Buster, it started off as I think like a 8-man tournament. And first had to wrestle this kid. His name's Triple J. No competition. I swept through him easy. Then the next show, I had Danny Dollar. That was a tough one.
Right.
But me being CT Jordan, don't play CT Jordan. Danny Dollar wasn't no match. And then Jay Nova met me in the finals. Really talented young kid, but he didn't want none either. And I walked out the 100 heavyweight champion.
Well, look, Triple J, man, I know of him. I've seen some of his work. He's the Wrestling with Pride guy, if I'm thinking right. Yes. TNR Wrestling also. So you knocked him off first. Did he give you? I know you said no competition, but how did that match go, man?
I mean, it was a hard hitting match. He gave me a little bit of run for my money, but as I'm in the ring, Buster, I catch on quick. I can telegraph what people are going to do, because hell, I've been doing this 15 years, Buster.
Well, I didn't know that until me and you met face to face at the White Lightning tribute show, and that's why I opened it up with when this dude first jumped on my radar a year or so ago, because man, for me, you came out of nowhere. And when I first seen you, I thought, man, I said, who is this dude? I could tell immediately you had been in the ring. You wasn't inexperienced, and I could tell that you wasn't green to the business. Good footwork, good movement, but I had no idea who you were until we met up, and then you told me that you'd actually broke the business 15 years earlier. So let's pick it up right there, man. Let's go back to the first go around in the business, man.
I started out at a company in Raymer, Tennessee for the Outlaw Don Bass, SPWA. That's where I got my start. The booker at the time was Devon Day, which had a lot to do with me training. Nick Grimes and Don Bass.
Don Bass, a local legend. Look, when I first got trained, that's where they sent us when it come time to start wrestling. That me and my brother were from Arkansas, so they sent us to Don Bass to kind of, I guess, to get polished up or just to get introduced to the wrestling scene around here. So you can't have a better guy to start under than Don Bass, man.
Yeah, man. When I'll tell you this, though, I was in high school. I was 16, fixed turn 17, 15, 16, something like that. And I got tired of school. I got tired of going to school and, trying to juggle that, wrestling, job. But I quit school. Don Bass found out about it and told me, you're done until you get a GED or you go back to school. So if it wouldn't have been for Don Bass, there probably wouldn't be no CT Jordan.
Man, I give Don credit for that, man, because a lot of promoters and a lot of people, they wouldn't care about that, not at all. They throw you straight in there. They wouldn't care about your schooling or any of that. So that right there proves a lot about the kind of guy Don Bass was, man. You can't ask for nothing better than that. So you're tired of school. So basically Don Bass sent your ass back to school, right?
Oh, for sure. Oh, I got my GED.
Well, let's talk about that, because I kind of jump around. So we're fixing to go back in time completely. So let's just do that, and we'll work our way to the GED, man, and we'll get back to where we were. Where are you from, CT? Born and raised?
I am born and raised from Walnut, Mississippi. It's a little small town, northeast Mississippi, about 19 miles from Corinth.
So you didn't like school, man? Did you play? I was the same way, dude. I quit school in the 9th grade, and nobody ever made me go back. Now, hindsight 2020, I wish I had it, but it just wasn't meant. Did you play any sports in school or anything?
Yeah, man. I played football. I played ran track. I wanted to play basketball, but I guess I wasn't talented enough to be on the basketball team. But yeah, I played football all junior high, high school.
What position did you play?
I played cornerback and wide receiver.
Damn. I noticed we were talking a little bit before we went on live, and I told you that when we were setting up the podcast, I was kind of looking for pictures. I was scavenging through your Facebook like I do for most of the thumbnails that I create. But I noticed, man, back when you first started wrestling, you were a much smaller guy than you are now, man. Were you a flyer back then, or were you a grounded pound guy kind of like you are now?
Well, Buster, I'm gonna have to correct you on that one. I'm still a flying guy now.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen them or not, but these drop kicks are A1. They come from me.
I'll have to check that out, man. I guess I've seen it. I've seen several of your matches. Maybe I just missed it or something.
But yeah, I was really high flyer then when I first started. But now, I try to keep it grounded, but the roots come out,
Right. Look, we got some Alyssa Reed here. She gonna blow your cover, man. She says, even though I say all the time, CT sucks, he is really a good person and he gets out there and shows out, man. So you got fans out there, dude.
They all love to hate me. Wherever you're at, they love to fucking hate CT Jordan.
Well, that's a good thing to have in the wrestling business, man. If you can make people love to hate you, you pretty much got a golden ticket, man. You can go anywhere you want to, man.
I'm trying to go everywhere, Buster. Everywhere.
Man, you're all over the place. Like I said, 100 Wrestling, you're the heavyweight champion there. MCW, man, you're ruffling feathers there with my brother, Ruthless Ron McClarty. Now, I know you guys had something pop off during the White Lightning tribute show a few weeks ago, man. So let's kind of talk about that for a second, man. What happened? Because I was there for the opening and I had to leave early, so I don't really know what happened later on in the show. But I do know y'all had some issues immediately. So what's going on there, dude?
Well, Buster, no offense to you, but CT's time is now. Yeah, I ain't got 15 more years or 20 more years. So my time's now, and Ron's had his time, and he was out there taking up my time. So I just went out there and told him to get his ass out of my ring. And he didn't like that outcome, and here we are today. He's got an upper hand on me for about 4 or 5 weeks now. This past Friday, I think he learned his lesson. Maybe he'll stay away from MCW for a while, but maybe another 15 years. I had to put my hands on him, Buster.
Man, I seen y'all had a big pull apart one time, and like I said, I hadn't seen all the footage, man. It's hard to catch it all, but I did see this past week that you busted Ron wide open, man. So let's start right there, man. You said he kind of got the best of you a few times, but you kind of got your revenge this past, what was it, Friday night or Saturday night? Because I know y'all
Friday night.
Friday night.
Buster. So he doesn't have a manager's license. So he tried to be a manager, but he didn't have a manager's license. So they banned him from being a manager. So he tried to be a commentator. He was horrible at that. But he got interfered with my match. And so they banned him from that. And they told him that he wasn't allowed to be a part of it until it was time for our throwdown, when it's time for the throwdown. So he thought it would be smart to buy a ticket.
I seen him sitting in the crowd, man. I was wondering what was going on there.
Yeah, he bought a ticket, and he kept messing with my boy 187 and Jamie Lee. And I seen he put his hands on Jamie, and then he grabbed my boy 187, and that don't fly with me. So I took care of business.
And you two guys, man, this thing, like I said, it kind of popped off out of nowhere. So you kind of said it's your time, not these old guys' time. So let's touch on that for a few minutes, because I see it a lot. A lot of times these older veterans come around, and let's be honest, they get showed some favoritism at times. They get mic time, they get camera time if it's TV, and so you ain't having none of that, huh?
No, Not one bit, Buster.
So y'all got a match coming up. When? Do you have a date yet?
I'm not really sure on the exact date, but all I know is Ron better get in the ring and get back to training, or he doesn't have a chance in hell.
Man, Ron's I mean, we all getting older, but man, I'm gonna tell
No
you something,
disrespect. No disrespect to Ron, but he chose the wrong side. You know what side Ron's supposed to be on.
Yeah, I know what side he was
But
always on.
he wants to hug kids and kiss foreheads, and that's not the Ron McClarity that I know.
Right. It ain't the Ron McClarity that I know either in the ring around the wrestling business.
So I've got to teach him where he went wrong. I mean, even they say you can't teach old dog new tricks. Well, he's trying something new that he should have never tried.
Man, you know, I got a theory about that. We used to raise Dobermans when I was young. And we had our male Doberman that was the daddy of all the Dobermans. And finally, we had a black and tan Doberman was the big male, daddy to all of them. We had a red female. They finally started popping out these blue puppies. And we thought something was wrong with them, but we took them to the vet, and they were hybrid puppies. And look, this blue puppy started growing up, and for some reason, the big male, the daddy dog, would not let him sleep in the doghouse. We had this big giant doghouse that was sectioned off for 4 separate dogs. He would not let him sleep in the doghouse, made him sleep under the doghouse. It can be pouring rain, snow. It did not matter. He made him sleep under the doghouse until one day we pull up in the yard, and all of a sudden the old male is under the doghouse, and the big blue dog is in the house, man, looking out. So are we kind of in? It sounds like we're in one of those situations. It sounds like you're saying it's time for the old dog to tuck his head and scour off into the sunset, man.
Now, you know, if Ron wants to stick around, you know, he just needs to know what side to go to.
Man, as we get older, I think we all get a little soft-hearted, man. Young Ron, I think we all know where he'd be, but older Ron, man, he's got kids and grandkids, and I think we all get a little soft-hearted. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that Ron might be a little soft-hearted for this match, man.
All I know is he better find that aggression, and he better find it quick, because I'm coming with it.
Look, I'm gonna give you a little piece of advice. Don't underestimate Ron.
Oh, I don't underestimate anybody. But
Ron
I know what I'm capable of, Buster. I just know what I'm capable of.
Ron, one of the baddest dudes around here at one time. Probably, if you want to know the truth, he might at one point have been the best technical wrestler around our area, period, the whole Memphis Mid-South area. So Ron knows what to do in that ring.
I remember Ron growing up. So, you know, I know what Ron's about. So my question is does Ron still have it?
I think that's what we're all waiting to see, dude. You know, I ain't rooting against my brother. I'm going to tell you straight up. I'm not rooting against my brother. I'm trying to stay neutral in this matchup, but Ron's my brother. Me and Ron have spent countless days and hours on the road together, countless hours in the ring together. And, man, I'm hoping we see the old Ron come out. If we see the old Ron come out, y'all are going to have one hell of a match, dude.
I hope the old Ron comes out, because that's what I'm looking for.
Look, Angel Michelle said it, and I seen this too. I didn't realize that you busted him open, but I did see Lamont all busted open. So let's talk about that for just a second. Why? What's the deal with Lamont?
Lamont was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, so we had a show Saturday in Mark Tree. It's the MCW Mark Tree takeover. We go out, we're doing our thing, and Lamont comes out, you know, tries to run us off. And I told him, I was like, don't stick your nose in my business, or you'll end up like Ron McClarity was last night. Well, he grabbed the microphone and said, please do to me what you did to Ron. I just held up to my end of the bargain.
Man, I know back in the day, the LA Hustlers, they were also on that opposite side of the fence that they're on now. So I feel like we've got a pattern starting to form with these older guys. You know, the Hustlers, they hadn't been around as long as Ron, but still, yet they were born and raised right there at MCW. They have spent the majority of their career raising hell right there at MCW. But like I said, all these guys were dastardly heels at one point. Most of their careers, they were bad guys. Now they all seem to have flip sides, man. What's in the water?
I don't. Whatever it is, I don't want it.
Look, PK Ripper's here. He said, "I know this kid."
I've known PK and Jet Hero for a long time. I love them guys. They help polish CT Jordan.
There you go, man. Angel Michelle's back. She said CT was not playing with that man Friday night.
I don't ever play, Ron. I don't ever play.
Roy Ward's with us. What's up, Roy? Zane Richards. You know Roy?
I do know Roy. He used to be one of my old tag team partners.
I did not know that, man.
Yeah, we see, I'm one of the gods of MCW, but back about 9 years ago, maybe 10, me, Zane Richards, Red Walker, Motley Crue, we were the gods of EIW.
Okay. And let's talk about the gods of MCW for a minute, and then we're going to move on, talk about 100 Wrestling. Jamie J's in here with us. He said the champ is here. So let's talk about the formation of the gods of MCW, man. Who all is in the group, and how did this come to be?
Well, I had come back to MCW, and then some things had happened, and I had left again. And at that time, it was 187 and Chase McCoy. I think Galen Ray was still there. I think he was in it, and some other guys. I can't really think of their name. C-Money. But anyway, Chase had left, and I had come back, and 187 come to me, and he was like, CT, I need you. We're part of the gods, and I want you to be a part of the gods. You've been at MCW since you started. Like I said, at SPWA, when I was at SPWA, when I wasn't there, I would come to Osceola and at MCW, and I would tag with Tommy Drama.
I remember Tommy Drama.
But yeah, I'm like an MCW original, kind of too. Second match ever was at MCW. So he asked me to be a part of the gods of MCW, and here we are today.
Man, MCW been around forever. I think pretty much anybody and everybody has stepped through those doors in Osceola, Arkansas, man. Look, we said you had some fans, but John Carlton here says CT sucks. Do you got any idea who John is?
I have no idea, and obviously he don't know who I am.
Look, we got Jabari Young in here too, man. He's one of these hot young dudes. He's one of the most talented young guys around our area. He said, "OG, that championship is looking very nice."
Well, he keep looking at it because it'll be a while.
So look, let's rewind a little bit. What year did you actually break into business, man?
I think I broke in around 2010.
Okay, who broke you in? Who trained you? I know Don Bass is where you had your first match.
Don Bass. So Devon Day, Nick Grimes, and AC Styles. We had a ring out in our yard, and I've been around wrestling my whole life. If we wasn't at a racetrack, we was at a wrestling show. If we wasn't at a wrestling show, we was at a racetrack. But 9 times out of 10, we was at a wrestling show. And my grandpa was like, that's going to be you one day. You'll be in that ring one day. Well, like I said, I played football and ran track. As soon as my grandfather died, I think my junior year, of high school. And, you know, he was like my dad. And
Okay.
as soon as he died, I gave up everything and started training.
Oh, wow.
I didn't train, and I picked up on this quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, they was like, I've been around it my whole life. You know, I would do the flips when everybody else was in there as a young kid. So I knew everything that I needed to do. I just had to perform it. Well, Don and Devon and Nick Grimes and AC would were like, we think you're ready. I mean, I was the drizzling shits, but here we are today.
Hey, man, look, me and another guy was talking about this the other night. Your best matches you can't never get on film, but your worst matches are always on film. Yeah, somebody got them somewhere, man, and they always pop up when you don't want them to. So I think we've all had those. When we first started, I think we've all had those drizzling shit times, man. I think we all feel that. So, your very first match, do you remember your opponent?
I do. It was I hate to blow his cover, but it was AC Styles under a hood.
Oh, okay.
As the Super Destroyer. And I worked him for like 3 months.
So let's stick with that very first match. How did that very first match go, man?
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Horrible to you or horrible for real? Because I know all of us. I mean, I'm my own worst critic. So sometimes I can see shit that other people don't see nothing wrong with it. I'm like, man, that fucking sucked right there, man. You know, talking about myself. So was it horrible to everybody or just you, man?
I think it just depends on who you ask, I guess. You know, I do remember one spot, you know, he shot me. I shot him into the turnbuckle, and I gave him the big splash or whatever, and he went down on one knee. Well, I got lost. I was like, what do I do now? So I just kicked him in the face, like football punted him.
Ooh.
And, man, it was stiff. It was stiff as shit. And, yeah, I think it was horrible.
Man, I can imagine, dude, a football punt. Tim Davis, what's up, man? I'm glad you're in here with us, man, watching, dude. So who turned you? I mean, you said you've always been around the business. What was your first introduction to pro wrestling, man? Was it on TV? Was it a live show?
It was a live show, DCW.
Oh, wow. We're going back a ways now.
Downtown Championship Wrestling. I don't remember the promoter, but I don't want to boost his head or nothing, but the first person that made me want to be a professional wrestler was Jamie J.
Jamie J, the man who's still the rookie of the year after 40 years, man.
You know, back then, you know, he had the look, you know, he was everybody's favorite guy, you know, he had the charisma, and that's what I wanted to be, you know. And my first entrance song was this Jamie J song, which was Headstrong.
Damn. And so I feel like this thing has kind of come full circle in a sense, because Jamie J owns and runs 100 Wrestling, and you just captured that heavyweight title. So now you're the top dog. You're even above Jamie J, man. So what's your thoughts on that?
Don't get me wrong. I love Jamie. He's a really good guy, but he needs to stay where he's at, keep promoting the show, and letting CT do his thing.
Sounds like we might see Jamie J with a busted open head if he gets in the way too much, man.
Yeah, if he runs that mouth a little bit, he can get it too.
So talk to me about going to work for 100 Wrestling. Talk to me about when you first came back, because I think you didn't jump on my radar until probably a year ago. But we were talking a little bit before we went live, and you said you'd actually been back a couple of years. So let's talk about that, man. Take us back to the comeback. And how long were you out? How long was the layoff?
I was done for 4 years. A bunch of stuff was going on, you know, kids, and they were growing up, and it was every weekend thing for me, wrestling, you know. I eat, sleep, breathe wrestling. And we just, as a family, we thought it was time for me to take time off. And if it was meant to be, it'd be there whenever I was ready to come back. But I came back. My buddy Chris Styles was doing a benefit show, or he was doing a retirement show. You know, he was going to retire. He had some issues going on to where he didn't think he would be able to wrestle anymore. And I told him I wouldn't miss it. So I went back and I'd done this show, and
they hooked you, didn't they?
It was on the other side of Tupelo. I can't think of the name. But yeah, with me and him, we teamed up against Parental Advisory.
Love those guys, man.
They was really good guys. They very talented. But yeah, after that, I was like, yeah, I guess I'll go to MCW. You know, I'll go in person and, you know, talk to 187 and Serpent and see if they would book me, and they booked me, and here I am 2 years later.
Well, let's talk about that first comeback match, man. How were the nerves? Were you nervous for it? Was it worse than when you first started?
About the same. I was nervous as shit. But I had Chris Styles on my side. You know, he was like, it's like riding a bicycle.
Right.
We got in there, and it's like I never missed a beat. I was blowed up. Don't get me wrong. I was blowed up, but it's like riding a bike.
Yeah, man, ain't nothing like ring wind. You can go work out, you can run,
sure.
You can do the stair steppers, the treadmills, but it's still nothing like actually being in the ring, up and down, bumping and running. Totally different cardio. Got to learn to pace yourself. And Chris, man, talking about him going to retire, hell, man, him and Cody James is big in EPW right now, man. The Blacklist.
Yeah,
Chris is doing some big things, dude. I like Chris. I didn't realize I had Chris on the podcast. I don't know, probably 6 months ago now. And you know, all these years, I did not realize that him and Tony were brothers. Had no idea that they were part of the same family, man.
Him, Tony, and Josh Matthews.
Did not know that, man. He smartened me up to all that. And Parental Advisory, that's Tony's kids.
Yeah,
it's Tony's kids, man. I love those dudes. One of the best young tag teams to come around our area in forever. And I'll be honest with you, they're different, but I kind of liken them to PG-13 in a lot of ways. I feel like those kids have a big upside, man. They got years and years that they can be dominant around this area.
Yeah, no doubt. Parental Advisory, they're a force to be reckoned with.
And
I wish them the best.
Well, they can zoom. I mean, these guys can fucking go. So talk to me about that comeback match. You and Chris working with these guys. Did they blow you up on purpose, man?
Yeah, I think they did. I really do. I think they remember watching me and Chris Styles as a kid. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
They kind of knew what we were about. You know, they watched their uncle growing up. You know, so they knew what they had to do. You know, so.
Well, let me ask you this, and then we're going to move on and start talking some 901 wrestling. What was it like after the layoff, coming back, being in the dressing room again? Was there any differences? Anything changed since the last time you were in the dressing rooms?
No, man. All the boys are – if you're family, regardless.
Right.
Screw all the bullshit. You know, whatever happens, you know, we're all grown-ass men. If you can't get over what happened – You wasn't my friend anyway.
I agree with you 100%, man. Look, Daniel Lopez is with us. He says, what's your upcoming goal in 901 wrestling? There's our segue. So,
well, to be honest, I don't want to call out the Merc because he's a bad dude. But I'm a bad dude myself. So if the opportunity ever comes, my goal is to be the 901 champion. I want all the gold. I want all to go. Wherever I'm at, I want all to go.
I had the Mark on last week, and we actually talked about you for a few minutes, man. I was shooting some names at him as would be challengers for that 901 title, and your name came up, man. So he act like he tried to kind of dismiss you, but I could tell when I asked him the question. he knows exactly who you are, man. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people out there that know exactly who I am. But I want to get things just straight real quick, Buster. Like back before I had to lay off, I had a bad attitude. I was, I was arrogant as shit. That's not me. I am who I am. I'm don't play, so I'm going to portray that I'm the best regardless. But, I want to be as professional can be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I would like opportunities, to go places that I haven't been in a while. So, I just wanted to clear the air on that. I'm as professional gets.
Well, that's the thing. Look, once you're out in the ring, you do what you got to do to win. But in the back, you handle yourself professional regardless. Look, Mark McGee says CT go collector Jordan. Mark's a big time wrestling fan enthusiast. He might as well be in the business.
Right.
His uncle's
I know Mark McGee. He's a really good friend, man.
Okay, he does more promoting wrestling than the boys do.
For sure, 100%.
So let's talk about that for a second, since we're there. I mean, do you feel like guys, when they're booked on a show, they should promote the damn show, share the flyers and stuff?
At least share the flyer when it's posted. Expect whether your face is on it or not. I mean, you're a part of that show, and the ultimate goal is to put asses in the seat.
Right.
So if nobody knows you're there, say, there's guys, that's going to be on our show that ain't even been posted yet. They will be posted for 100. If they don't share the flyer, how are their people going to know they're going to be on that show?
Right. And here's my theory. I don't think every guy on the damn card needs to be on every single poster. You pick out your few main matches or whatever that you're going to have for that specific show. And just cause I feel like a lot of times the guys feel like they're slighted if their face ain't on the card. And that really ain't the way it is. I mean, work hard, go there, work your ass off, help the promoter. Eventually your face will end up on that card,
Oh, for sure.
So I seen a match with you and Don Montana from 901 Wrestling. It's been a couple of months ago now. Might have been a little longer than that. But, man, one of the hardest hitting, most physical matches that I've seen in a long time. And I didn't realize you were as big as you are until I seen that match and seeing you and Don Montana facing off. For some reason, I guess the first couple of times I seen you, I don't know if it was the camera angle or what. I thought you were a smaller guy than you are, but you're not, man. You're a fucking grown-ass man. And you and Montana rocked the house, dude. Let's talk about that match for a second, man. Don Montana's a big, burly guy, man, strong as hell. But, man, you and him went back and forth like two bulls in the ring.
Don Montana, he's the Bluff City boss. I mean, it's in his name. He's a boss. I don't really like Don Montana, like wrestling wise, because he's in my business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But outside of this business, Don's a good guy. He knows his shit. He's putting it in. He's putting in the work. It was a really good match, though. Like, he gave me a run for my money. He ended up really getting the 1, 2, 3 on me. He cheated me, but that's beside the point. So.
Man, it was an impressive match. I done forgot who won or lost, to be honest with you. I got caught up in the match itself. I'd already forgot who won and lost. I just knew you guys had a killer match. Both of you guys looked great in that matchup, man.
I appreciate that.
So let's talk about 901. How did you end up at 901 Wrestling, man?
Man, to be honest, I really don't even know. I know when 901 started, I can't remember how long ago that was, but when 901 started, one of my good friends, Josh Matthews, was one of their guys, and I wanted to be there. I never got that opportunity, and then I come back, and I get a phone call. Hey, we got a spot. Do you want it? I'm there. Whenever you need me, I'm there.
Yeah, 901's got a stacked roster of killer talent, man. You got some monsters there too. You got Walker Hayes, you got a MJ Davis, Don Montana, and like you said, the Merc. I don't know that people realize how big a guy the Merc really is. Merc's
he's
a big dude. But they've got some great talent there, man. What's your immediate goal there at 901? Period. Like, what would you like to do right off the bat? I know you're kind of still new there, but what do you want out of 901 wrestling, man?
Man, I want to show them what I'm about. Like 100% show them that whoever's across from me, they're going to get the full experience. I'm going to give them everything I've got, so I want everything they got. That's it. I'm there to prove I belong at 901.
Right, and they just started the new Saturday Morning Live a couple months ago. So 901, man, are really growing a lot over this last year or so. They were in Black Lodge, and they were there for a while, and then that kind of ended, and they landed in Minglewood Hall, which to me was especially now, it's a blessing in disguise. Black Lodge shutting down like it did for 901. I feel like Minglewood Hall is the place, but also starting Saturday Morning Live, man. Have you got to work Saturday Morning Live yet? Because I'm behind about 3 weeks on wrestling. Wrestling.
I've done the Saturday Morning Live twice. I've done one at Growlers, and then at Minglewood Hall. Both. I think I've been there 3 times. I've been at Minglewood twice, and Growlers. And all 3 times, Don Montana.
Oh, really?
Every time.
So you kind of laid it out. So that match I seen, was that the first match you and Montana actually had?
Was it at Growlers or was it at Minglewood?
It wasn't at Minglewood. It was. I want to say it was somewhere else.
Growlers was the first time me and Don Montana has ever stepped foot in the ring together.
Okay. So now y'all wrestled each other, what, 3 times?
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the second one. Who got the Duke, man?
See, I
don't. Go on, man.
He's gotten the better of me every time. I haven't figured him out yet, but that time is coming.
Do you feel like maybe it's home field advantage right now?
I do believe that is the case, because if he ever steps to me at MCW, hell, even 100 Wrestling, he better bring what he brings at 901.
I hear you. I want to go catch these other 2 matches y'all had. The first one was awesome, man. Look, Joe Williams, he says, "What's up, CT?"
What's up, Joe?
So now let's backtrack a little bit, and let's go back to 100 Wrestling. Got a big show coming up. I'm thinking it's this weekend.
Yeah, March 14th.
Alan Steele and Aaron Roberts are finally going to face off one-on-one in the ring. Who are you facing on this show, man?
I think I don't really know, but in my brain, what I want to do, I want to issue an open challenge to anybody that wants some. I want to be a fighting champion. Whether I'm a cheating champion, I want to be a fighting champion.
I'm finna say I'm feeling a little bit of baby face coming on when you say that the way you said it, man.
Whoever wants it can come get it. That's all I got to say.
So let me ask you this: am I wrong? You and Aaron faced off on a 100 Wrestling card, or had some interaction a show or 2 ago, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So did y'all actually have a match?
Yeah, we did. We had a really hard hitting match. And Aaron's a big dude. He's a bad dude. Baddest man walking both sides of the Mississippi for sure.
He can move too for a guy his size. Sure. He's not no stand around and let guys bounce off of him. He's coming at you as much as you're coming at him. And fresh off of the WWE ID deal. So talk about that. Did being in there with Big Aaron, knowing that he just recently had the WWE ID deal, did you have? I know you had something to prove, man.
I wanted to show. I think at the time he still might have been signed with the WWID.
Right.
So I knew if he was still signed, they was going to watch his stuff. And if I was going to be in the ring with him, I wanted to do my best performance. And I gave Aaron everything that I had. Even if I did cheat, maybe not. I don't consider it cheating. But yeah, like Mark said, if you're not cheating, you ain't trying.
You ain't trying. There you go, man. That's the old saying. So I want to get a prediction from you, man. You're the 100 wrestling champion. And the way I look at this match between Alan and Aaron is, obviously, in my mind, whoever wins this match is eventually coming for you. Because where do they go from there? I mean, you're the top guy in 100 wrestling. I mean, this is a big match for our area that they're going to have, but still yet, you are the 100 wrestling heavyweight champion. You are the top guy there. So give me your prediction. Who do you think's actually going to win this match between these guys?
That's a hard one. Alan Steele, he's been around for a long time. He's not called all that for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Alan's going to bring everything he's got, all his knowledge. Aaron's a big dude, and he's a bad dude. I'd like to see Aaron pull it off, but no, nobody knows.
Right. Well, here's the thing: as challengers, like if you had to face one of these guys, is there a preference, or do you really just not care?
But to be honest, I'd like the opportunity to be in the ring with Alan Steele.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. You've never faced Alan, have you?
No, sir.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. You have been in the ring with Aaron, so you kind of know what that's like. So do you? I mean, I'm going to point blank ask you: do you feel like Alan would be an easier challenge for you?
Now, I don't think it'll be. I don't think anybody at 100 wrestling is easy.
Right.
We got some of the best guys that come and perform at 100. There's nothing like 100.
Hold on. I'm feeling like I said 901 wrestling just a second ago when I mentioned
you said 100, I believe.
Okay, because you got me second guessing the way you put in that 100. I'm thinking, oh shit, did I say 901? I mean, so let's talk about some of the challengers at 100 wrestling. Like, who do you see? Let's take Aaron and Alan out of the mix. Who do you see as a top challenger for you? Who do you feel like is gunning for you in that title?
I know one right off the bat, and I know he wants it bad, and that's Jay Nova.
Jay Nova, young guy, but man, super talented in the ring, man. Super talented, quick as a hiccup, dude.
Yeah, for sure. Jay Nova is one hell of a talent. I hate to put him over like this, but yeah, he is one hell of a guy. Man,
he is. He's like a damn I can't even think of it now. Not a cricket, a grasshopper almost. I mean, he's got hops, dude. He can fly, he can move, he's fast, he's young. Now, you do have him outsized like tremendously. And you definitely got the experience on him. But, I mean, I can see over the next year or two, Jay Nova coming through the ranks, man. If everything keeps going like it is for him, he could definitely be a threat to you in your title. Do you think that's possible?
Bus, I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. This 100 championship ain't going nowhere for a long time.
There you go. So Mark McGee says, who's the one person you'd want to work that you've never worked before?
Well, that's hard to say because now he's not in the shape to wrestle anymore, but I would like to wrestle Jerry Lawler. I never got to work Lawler. I've wrestled Dundee. I've wrestled Wildfire, Tommy Rich, Coco Beware, Rock and Roll Express. I've wrestled a lot of the ones that paved the way for us, you know.
Right.
But Jerry Lawler would be one. In his prime, I would definitely like to wrestle Jerry Lawler.
One of the easiest guys you'll ever be in the ring with, man. It's second nature to him. Like, you could be nervous as hell and you stand across the ring and Lawler's across the ring from you. I don't know. It's a calming effect, or at least it was on me, man. Lawler is, and I never really got to work him in a full-on match. I got to work him some on TV and did some other stuff with him at Memphis Championship Wrestling, Royals and different stuff. But man, I don't think nobody can deny Jerry Lawler, the legend and the ring general. That's the word I like to use. One of the best ring generals, maybe the best ring general there ever has been, man, especially around our area.
Yeah, for sure.
And Dundee's the same way. I don't think Bill gets nowhere near enough credit from the wrestling business itself as to what he brought to the business and how him and Lawler helped the business.
Oh, for sure. No doubt.
You know, hold on. We got Leon Kellum in here. This is Jet Hero. He said, oh, Leon's talking shit. He said, I kicked your ass a few times.
Tell him if he want, Leon, if you want it, you can come get it.
So might we see you show up at PKAW?
Who knows? All I need is a phone call. That is it.
There you go, man. I know they just switched to Saturday nights from Friday night, so I don't know how things have been going on Saturday, but been in Brownsville a long time. Did a lot to the building there, so it was ready for the wrestling. So I'd like to see you and Leon go at it, man.
Oh, me too. It's been a long time coming.
So now let's hop back to MCW, man. What's your goals at MCW, man?
My goal is just to do me.
Let me rephrase that. Belt wise, what do you want, man? I feel like you want that heavyweight belt.
I do want the heavyweight, but at the moment it is on Zach Daniels, which is the newest member of the Gods of MCW. So I'll have to, suck it up for a while and let Zach have his time.
So if I'm thinking right, Zach, did he just win the belt this past Friday night, or was it the Friday?
We come out, we tried to get Don Montana to join us, and he turned his back to us, and Zach made the right choice.
I'm going to tell you this. I like Zach. Here's the thing. When he first started wrestling, I feel like it took him a little while to kind of find his groove and get going. But over probably the past, I don't know, maybe a year, Zach has really made some leaps and bounds improvements all the way around his character. Obviously, he's the MCW heavyweight champion now, so he's doing something right. So, but I think that would be here's the only problem with that, man. Y'all gonna have to definitely wear different colors so we can tell you fuckers apart, man, because that night,
Buster, don't do that, Buster.
That night at MCW, man, I'm sitting there looking at both of y'all. Y'all happen to be kind of side by side or face to face, and I'm like, damn, this look like a mirror image almost, man.
Buster, I'm gonna have to come bust your head.
You might get a chance, man. You might get a chance coming up soon. I'm gonna be hiding though. Either I'm gonna be hiding or I'm gonna have a helmet. I'm too old for this bullshit. I ain't like Ron. I know my in-ring career is done, man. I'll be hiding in the dressing room. I ain't fucking with you on that, man. But it's true too. Y'all know, you motherfuckers do a double take every once in a while. Like,
I don't. I look way better than Zach. 100%.
Mark McGee's here. He says MCW was the first place I seen CT. I used to call him Timu Kevin Owens before he joined the Gods. So now you were talking good about Mark. Mark's talking good about you, but kind of like a backhand comment right there, man.
Yeah, he did. I remember going back after the show. I always go back and I watch the live and watch my match and watch the show over, and I would see that damn comment Timu, Kevin Owens. I mean, I kind of take it as a compliment because the generic Tylenol is still just as good as the real Tylenol. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, I mean, I'll take that as a compliment.
So you're working all of these places kind of all at the same time too. How do you juggle that? Because I mean, sometimes like this past week, MCW had a Saturday show too, a Mark Tree show, and I seen some photos. Man, it looked like it had a killer crowd.
Yeah, the crowd was decent. They were like they always are. Whether we're at MCW in Osceola or we're at MCW in Mark Tree, the fans they show up. They show up. They show out.
Yeah, MCW got a loyal fan base, man, and I used to live in Mark Tree. I actually lived there for 10 years at one point, and wrestling came there very seldom. Honestly, back then it was when Moondog was still running MCW, and Moondog would obviously take us there. And we used to run Mark Tree on a regular basis, but after that, wrestling kind of just disappeared from Mark Tree, and I'm glad to see MCW and the guys are bringing it back, man. It seems to be working out for them.
Yeah, MCW does really good. They do a really good job promoting the shows and getting the fans involved with the show. And I mean, I couldn't ask for one of the every week show to go wrestle at.
Right. So look, we're already been an hour in here, so we're figuring start kind of winding down. But I got a few questions I want to ask you first. We know if you could have your pick in his prime, it's Jerry Lawler. Let's put him to the side. Man, if you could wrestle anybody of today, I don't care whether it's all right, let's do this. Let's start around here. If you had your dream match with anybody around the Memphis Mid-South area, who would that be?
Man, that's tough. There's a lot of good talent around our area. Hell, I've wrestled about everybody around here. Alan Steele, I haven't wrestled. That would be one that I would look forward to.
I got a name for you. Buck Skinner, APW.
I don't know who that is, to be honest.
Damn. You might have just got that match. Ricky Kennedy, you heard that. He don't even know who Buck is. So I think we need to book.
No offense to APW, but
I'm just messing with you, dude.
I've not seen one of their shows. I know they run West Memphis, but I've never been, invited or I don't watch, to be honest, Buster, I don't watch professional wrestling.
Let's talk about that for a minute because I feel like I was the same way when I was wrestling. Man, very seldom watch wrestling. I mean, honestly, back then, when you were wrestling and active, you really wasn't hardly at home to watch wrestling when it was on. And I did used to record wrestling, but I was kind of the same way. To be honest with you, I watch more indie wrestling right now than I do anything. I might check out some WWE, one of their PLEs, and AEW. I might check them out some, but I try to keep up with the indies around here, which there's like 58 of them. Around about 100-mile radius, so it's hard to keep up when you kind of got to pick and choose. But
if I watch wrestling, Buster, I'm not even gonna lie. Like I watch like old school Memphis. I watch the old Ring of Honor, Pro Wrestling Guerrillas. Like my kind of style. Like I try to, infuse the old wrestling with the new style wrestling and combine them together. That's what I watch. I watch old school wrestling.
So let's take that question out of the Mid-South area. Anybody in the world, from any company, WWE to AEW, anywhere, who would be your dream match, man? Who do you want to see yourself in the ring with?
CM Punk would be my dream match.
Why?
I don't know, man. Ever since, like I said, old Ring of Honor. That's who I was drawn to. That's who, I get my drop kicks from, or some of my little moveset. I was a CM Punk guy.
I like Punk too, man. I do. I mean, even still now, I mean, look, he came back in AEW and that kind of floundered out, but you can't deny the business he's done since he's been back to the WWE.
Yeah, for sure.
His name values is, matter of fact, I think his name value was got stronger while he was gone.
Oh, for sure.
For him to come back, but you can't deny the business he's done. He's one of the very best talkers in the ring too, and that's something I noticed about you. You can talk, man, and that goes a long way. There ain't nothing worse than a talented wrestler who cannot get on the mic and cut a promo or just talk to the fans, because it ain't always cutting a promo. You're at MCW on Friday night and shit's happening and you grab that mic. That ain't a promo. You're right there in the moment talking to these people and talking to whoever. So have you always been able to kind of get on the mic and run your mouth? You always had that gift of gab?
I mean, as a good guy, no, but once I flip to the dark side, if you will, yeah, I'm I don't know the words I'm looking for, but I'm an asshole. Like in real life, like I'm an asshole. So it comes natural.
And it's much more fun as a heel grabbing the microphone and talking shit than it is as a baby face,
Oh, for sure.
It just always is. So CM Punk's your guy. So here's a question I ask everybody, most guys, certain guys, and I'm gonna ask you. Now you're kind of further in your career than a lot of these guys that answer this question. If the phone rang today, whether it be, let's say, TNA, WWE, AEW, or even New Japan, would you be willing to go?
I'd drop everything I've got right now and leave right now.
Damn. How old are you, CT?
I'll be 32 in May.
Oh, hell, you're younger than I thought you was. Shit. Yeah, you just not really hitting your wrestler prime, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I got a phone call right now. I'd pack up my family. We're gone.
Man, you ought to be ashamed of yourself beating up on Ron McClarty, and you ain't but 32, 33 years old, man.
He started it. I mean,
I was there the first night, that first little incident y'all had, man, and you came out of there, man, with your whole eye. It looked like all the meat was scraped off of it. And me and you were talking, and I thought it was the back elbow with that wool sweater he was wearing. But you said you think it was the knee.
Yeah, I believe it was the knee when he fell on top of me. Like, he gave me the shot, and he threw it a little too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, he threw it in there, and he lost balance and come down and got me.
What did you think? Very first time y'all kind of touched, boom, you walk out with your eye split open, man.
Yeah, and what's crazy is the next week, it wasn't even there anymore.
There you go, man. Take a lot of damage, but show none, man. That's what it's all about.
I heal real quick.
Well, look, CT, man, I appreciate you coming on so much, man. I've been looking forward to this. I've been looking forward to this ever since I talked to you in person at the Lightning Memorial thing. Social media, upcoming shows. You got anything you want to promote?
Yes, March 14th, Wynn, Arkansas, the Odell McCallum Center. 100 Wrestling presents Never Say Never. Headlining main event will be Alan Steele and Aaron Roberts. One of the matches you don't want to miss. I think I'm going to issue an open challenge. I'm not sure. The 100 committee might have something in mind for me. I'm not sure. But I will be there. Jay Nova, Cordell Robertson, If I'm not mistaken, I think Tattoo and Chris Lex will be in the house.
The
The
Syndicate.
Holla Boys. We got some good matches lined up for March 14th. Osceola Friday night, 1098 West Kaiser. It's always a good show. I've got SCW coming up in April.
Batesville.
Which is in Batesville. 901. I've got 901 coming up March 28th. But yeah, that's about it. But March 14th, man, I've been waiting on this for a while. I've been holding this shiny championship. I'm ready to get after it.
Man, you got a lot going on, a lot to juggle. And I think everybody's looking forward to the March 14th show. I think everybody's looking forward to seeing what goes on with Alan and Aaron. So let me ask you this. You just said it. These guys are main event. You feel any type of way about that?
I mean, the champion, I feel like, I am the main event, but Alan still, he's done his thing for years and years, and this match means a lot to Alan. I think this means a lot to Aaron, so I'm gonna step back and let them do their thing.
I'm gonna tell you something. I want to see Jamie J busted open. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want you to bust Jamie J open for not having you in the main event and putting them in the main event. I want to see the footage and everything. He can't be the fucking rookie forever, man.
I got you, Buster.
CT, man, I appreciate you coming on so much, man. I'm looking forward to see how your career shakes out over the next year or two. See what all you do. I'm expecting big things from you, man. You've impressed me since I first seen you in the ring. And, man, like I said, the first time I seen you, I could tell you were a little bit I called it nervous. You called it ring rusty. And I think we're both on the point. But, man, since then, once you started getting comfortable back in the ring again, dude, you've been off the charts, man. I've seen you put out some real good matches, man.
I appreciate that, Buster.
Man, you and your family have a great night, my friend.
You too, Buster.
Take it easy. All right, y'all. You seen it right there. That's CT Jordan, one of the baddest dudes walking the earth around our area. 100 wrestling champion. You can catch him this weekend, the 14th. 100 Wrestling, Wynn, Arkansas. You can also catch him at MCW damn near every Friday night. You can catch him at 901 Wrestling too. And it sounds like you might be able to catch him at PKAW coming up. You never know where else you might catch this guy, but if you see his name on the marquee, be sure to go check it out. He's one talented professional wrestler. I'll be back Wednesday night with Randy Bird and John LaFont. Friday starts March Badness 2026. It's a 2-day event, and they will be here with me Wednesday night at 7 p.m. You do not want to miss that. Thursday night, I got the K9s coming on the podcast. It is Thriller in Manila. It's to benefit the Manila 7. That tragedy that went on several months back, man. All the proceeds go to help the families out. That's another one you don't want to miss. That'll be Thursday night, 7 p.m. Be sure to check us out. Until Wednesday, y'all take it easy.
When you hear that Buster H.R. Oh, man, it's about to go down. You feel the tension in the air? Wrestling fans all over the world, get ready for this right here. They're gonna have a field day with this one. You're about to witness Buster Unmasked. There's no telling what Buster's gonna say today. We just getting started.